What are the key differences between viruses and bacteria? Viruses are not living organisms. They're inert outside the other living organisms. In the air, in the atmosphere, they are inert. They do not live or reproduce. Only inside the cell of a host do they become active and reproduce and cause the effect programmed inside them. Whereas bacteria are living organisms. They can live outside a host, in the air, in the soil, and reproduce. Viruses only grow and reproduce inside the host cell. When found outside of these living cells, viruses are dormant or inert. It's a very important key word. Outside the living cell, a virus is inert or dormant. Their quote unquote life therefore requires the hijacking of biochemical activities of a living cell because they do not have the biochemical processes required for life. Therefore, viruses become active and reproduce only inside a host cell and use the host cell's metabolic pathways. Whereas bacteria are living organisms that consist of single cell that can generate energy, make its own food, move, reproduce, typically in binary fission. This allows bacteria to live in many places: soil, water, plants, and the human body, and serve many purposes. Next, viruses are smaller than bacteria and submicroscopic, whereas bacteria can be seen even through a light microscope. A viral infection is systemic, whereas the bacterial infection is usually confined to a part of the body. Viruses infect a host cell and then multiply by thousands, leaving the host cell infecting other cells of the body. Infections caused by bacteria are many times localized to a part of the body like lungs, causing pneumonia, or brain, or even organs like testis, causing inflammation. But you need a weak immune system. Only in an immunocompromised person do we get bacteremia or bacteria becoming systemic. Systemic diseases caused by viral infections include influenza, measles, polio, AIDS, and COVID-19. This is the latest. Bacterial diseases examples include pneumonia, tuberculosis, tetanus, and food poisoning. So it's a very basic study of the differences between virus and bacteria, and this will help us to understand uh, very important aspects and properties of viruses as we compare it with bacteria.